So if you're at this point now and you realize that you need to add a lot to your project, you need to request amendment to your survey instructions. In order to do so, you need to access your project details, and again, you click on the project number of your project, and that will bring you to the project detail page. And at this stage, and in there, you can still view your instructions, but you can also request amendments. Once instructions are issued, you have the option to request an amendment to your survey instructions. So we'll do that now. So requesting an amendment is quite simple, as it's only one field to populate. So an amendment needs here, you put what you need, and perhaps you need new lot number, or you need 2 new lot number because the project is bigger than you expected. And when you submit an amendment, it will send an email to the proper CLU, Client Liaison Office, and they will receive that email and they will issue amended survey instructions to you. Now again, you're sort of waiting for your amended survey instructions. So if you go back to your project panel, you will see that the status of your project is amendment requested, and the button to add survey document is disabled. So everything in your and if you expand that blank, if you click on the little plus sign, you won't be able, you see that the links to the ACLS is disabled also. So everything's sort of put to a freeze when you request survey instructions or survey amendments. So you're waiting for the SGB to issue new survey instructions for your project, which I will do that right now. Okay, and so I received a request and I'm issuing amended survey instructions. Now we're just going to mimic a login, a log out, and a login. So we'll just do a screen refresh on that, and you'll see that the status will change back to instructions issued. And now everything's back. You're allowed to create new survey document under that project, and you're allowed to access the checklist site. If you click on instructions issued, if you want to look at your instructions, you'll notice that this file got replaced by the amended survey instructions. And if you open that, you'll see a little paragraph talking about the amendment you requested. So yeah, scrolling down with amendment requested, and then you see your questions and the answer from SGB. If you go down to the specific, if you go down a little bit more, you'll see that I've put amendment. In the first set of instructions, I only put test, and then this one I put test and I put amendment underneath. So this is the latest set of instructions for your projects. So it got replaced automatically.
Okay,
so
Martin.
That's when survey instructions. Yes.
Martin, I have a question.
Yes, Jean-Claude?
When you ask for an amendment, are you required to provide additional sketch information on the location of the new lot?
Well, that all depends with the Client Liaison Office. I would suggest to call your Client Liaison Office and see what they require to issue new survey instructions, because each one of the cases is different. So really the contact information for your project is provided in the project detail of your project. So I would encourage you to either email or call your Client Liaison Office in this case. And if they require new sketch, these will probably have to be sent by email for now. And we're looking at future enhancement. That will probably be in version 1.1. We'll probably have the option to upload more documentation at the request amendment stage there. Does that answer the question? If not, well, send Jean-Claude another question, please.
It's yes.
Okay. So I'm going to turn this back to you, Brent.
All right, that's great. Thank you, Martin. So once you've got your survey instructions and you set up your survey document type, the other thing that occurs is the project detail page that we can access through the project number is also updated to include the various endorsement blocks that are applicable to that particular type of survey document that you've requested. So in this case, we've suggested we are doing a full survey, and therefore these four endorsement blocks that are available to download in a DWG format or view in a PDF format are available to you on your project detail page, specific to the type of survey that you, or type of survey document that you have in fact requested. So now if I return to my projects page and I expand the project once again, and I'm actually going to use, oh no, sorry, I'll use this one. At this point, we're ready to go. So you're at the stage in your process where you're working on your survey document. You've established what type of survey document you want, and now you're working on producing that document. At any point in that process, and I might suggest earlier may be better than later for you, you would create a checklist for that particular project. So, and we do that under checklist name and add checklist, and this will now take us to the checklist tool, which the ACLS has built and is responsible for. Once we get to that checklist tool, then we're going to see a similar concepts to what we've seen so far, in that information is drawn from your project and provided to you. So you get to confirm that you're on the right project number using the project name that you provided, that you have you're working on the right type of survey document, that your survey that you expected, that you've accessed the right survey document, because you may have more than one. So you've provided this name, and we've appended the appropriate survey document type to it, confirming who you are and the surveyor name, and the permit holder that you're working under. So once you've looked at those 5 fields and satisfied yourself that you're in the right place, then we would suggest that we're requiring that you provide this checklist with a name. So maybe we're going to say lots 20 through 25 is the registration plan that we're working on here. Now you're going to see that we've got options for 2 different checkboxes here. One, does this particular survey document include a natural boundary? And then the second one is does this particular survey document include georeferencing data? These 2 items are what we refer to as categories, and as we move through the next steps, you're going to see some additional categories. Essentially, the way we've developed the checklist is going on the concept that for any particular survey document type in any particular region, there's going to be a suite of checklist items that are relevant, and that we are customizing your particular checklist based on those particular criteria. When we think about a survey, any type of survey document, any type of survey document may and may not include a natural boundary, and any type of survey document may and may not include georeferencing data. So we've identified these 2 categories as a global categories that may or may not apply to virtually any type of survey document. So for the sake of this demonstration, I'll choose natural boundary, in that I'll be saying that yes, this survey will include a natural boundary, and it will also be georeferenced. So once I've made those selections, I go ahead and I create my checklist. This takes just a few minutes because a particular special database is being built for your particular situation. And depending upon where you want to go here, you can either return to your project page and move on to a different project, or you can move right into the checklist that's just been created.